Welcome everybody. Can you see me? I'm going to put this a little bit closer. See if that helps. Oh, actually, maybe that was just fine. All right. I'm Neptune. I'm here at World Harps, Mouth Harps from around the world. And I've got something very special for you today. First of all, I'm laughing inside because I am 15 minutes late to start this live stream for the very valid reason that I have one tripod, one selfie clip, and I'm currently running 3 phones. So if you prefer to be on Facebook, you may also join me on Facebook. I'll be able to post it from there. It's been a hell to get these live videos onto Facebook, and I've just had to post it to YouTube. So I've got live on Instagram right now, live on Facebook, and another phone over here, my mom's phone, is recording. My mom's not there, the phone is there. I have bungee cables, 2 phones on one tripod, all bungeed together, a tape dispenser stand with another bungee with holding on a stool, on a whatever. I'll try to take a picture if I can afterwards. Anyways, now that I've got your attention, hi, Neptune here. So, today, as you saw with my video yesterday, I am going to unbox this little package of Drymbas and Munneharpes by Dernovoy. Dernovoy is a maker from the Ukraine who I visited in 2013. I went to Ukraine for the Obrotonic Festival in Kiev. And I had just traveled 2 months in Russia, and then I spent 3 months traveling through Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Belarus, and Ukraine. It was a 5-month trip, and I met more makers in that 1 year than I have ever met in any other year in my life solid. It was just one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. It was epic. Dernovoy I had heard about. I had found out that there were several makers in Ukraine, and I managed to contact him and ask him if he could make some mouth harps, both for me and for the World Harps collection. He said, sure. But he said, Obrotonic Festival's coming up. I don't have much time because I have many orders that I'm fulfilling. I have time to make 1 for you and 1 for the collection. And I said, okay, I'll take whatever I can get. So by the time I met him first, he hadn't made any yet. I went to meet him on the eastern side of Ukraine. I went to his apartment in the city. He showed me how he starts making a mouth harp on his kitchen stove, out in the hallway. He's got a special dedicated stove for this, just a white, what do they call that when it's covered in ceramic, metal with ceramic coated. Anyways, old thing, right? Right there on his stove. You know what, actually, matter of fact, let me see if I can actually just start my whole scene right here before even getting into the new stuff. Let me go ahead with the story. Live unboxings are a way for me to actually get involved in telling you stories. And I have so many stories that I can share, and it's so hard to put all of those in a tiny little reel or in a post and 2,200 characters in a caption. So let's see. I have 1 and going through. Oh, those are my Barmupils, by the way. Look at my own personal set. That's the ones that I unboxed last week. And I've got every single key in the diatonic range. My preferred choice for getting on stage with other musicians. So there we go. All right. So, here we are. This right here, I'm going to get a little closer because make sure you can see me. So, this brass, I'll call it a vargan in that case, because it's not a traditional drimba. It's Dernovoy's model, but it's his old model. He no longer makes out of brass. He now makes out of steel, forged steel. And at the time, he showed me how he took a piece of brass and basically stuck it into the gas stove till it was hot, red hot, pull it off onto a little block of metal, and hammered it into shape. He made this entire shape on his kitchen stove. Now that to me was impressive. I was like, I want to try that, but till this date, I still haven't tried. It's very difficult to get a good, solid piece of raw brass. It's not I mean, sure you can go, but I'm based in India, and pure brass is less available in the region where I am. Other regions, like in Rajasthan, where they make a lot of brass mouth harps, and more chunks, the makers there are able to find them, but I haven't sourced one myself. Anyways, beside the point, he made the frame in his apartment in the city, and then he took me to his cottage or cabin or little tiny hut, or really a cabin, a wooden cabin in the forest. And that's where he has his main workshop. That's where he made the tongue and he put it together. So I have all video documentation of this entire process. I have, as of yet, never posted, and I will be posting this one day. I have so many videos of different makers. But this particular mouth harp became the one that has never left my side till date. It doesn't matter if I go out for an hour or if I go out for the day or if I'm traveling to any other country. This one in a little case, because I have a little tiny case here with some of my favorite harps that I like to play, or whichever ones that I choose to go with me. And this one's always there. So, lately, one of his new ones has replaced this as my go-to one, and I've been carrying this one around. So this is one like the ones that I'm going to show you in this box right here. This is a Munneharpe from Norway, made by Dernovoy, hence it's from Ukraine, and take a good look at that. All right, so here we go. I'm stalling for time a little bit, let a few more people join, because I'm sure that if you're here today, you want to see what's inside this box. And I've just received it actually a little while ago. I've had it for a while, but I haven't had time to open it because I've been doing a lot of other things. I worked in a summer camp this year teaching mouth harps to 150 plus children in a month. This arrived when I was at the summer camp. So now I am in Northern California, and I'm here just for another, I swear this time, just less than 2 weeks. I extended my trip. I said about 2 weeks ago that I was here for only 2 weeks. I should have been gone by now, but I'm still around. I have booked my ticket out to the East Coast, and in this next, like, say 10 days, I'm finalizing all the orders that have been waiting for a long time, and I'm going to get my scene together to be able to push off out of here. Parentheses, I'm going to see if I can work out a system to actually have harps left available for someone to fulfill in my absence out of the USA stock. So, we'll talk more about that, but that's a different story. This one. Listen for the warm sound, the feeling that I get. Maybe you can feel it too when I play this one. There you go. So that's the one that he made for me. I watched him make it from start to finish. And it's also made in a little bit of similar way as in Sicily or in Norway, where it's pierced at the end and the tongue is set inside it rather than crimped on the outside, which also means that should a tongue ever break, it can be replaced, which is a really cool thing. It's got a little tiny wedge in there, just holding it into the proper position. So, moving on with my story, he made one for me. Then I traveled around Ukraine and I met Pizhov, I met Vanjurak, I met Shatruk. I traveled up into the Carpathian Mountains of Western Ukraine, and I spent 2 days going up and down with Vaskan, another maker. I basically just met like 4 or 5 makers in that one trip. In that one country. And by that time, by the way, if you want to check out my stories of the Carpathian mountains and meeting these 2 Drymbas makers from the mountains, very traditional Hutsul Drymbas, scroll back to around February 2021. No, sorry, 2022. It's been about a year now. February 2022, right around the time that the war in Ukraine broke out. I had just started writing about my travels. It took me 1 month of posting. I started the hashtag World Harps Wednesday. So if you search for World Harps Wednesday, you'll find all those posts and you can read all about those stories. So today I'm in a story mood. And I will get to this box, I promise. But this is my chance to connect with you. Let's see just for a second here if anybody's been telling me any message, any comments, things that you want to let me know. My bungee cables are on my screen. It's kind of hard to get to you. But let's see. I think we're good. If you have any questions for me, don't hesitate to let me know. I don't have access to the Facebook comments because they're plastered behind my Instagram phone, so and YouTube over here. But moving on with the story. Second one. By the time I traveled for 2 or 3 weeks around the country, collected all these other mouth harps, watched Bijov make one in his workshop. Oh my goodness, what perfection! I came back for the Obertonic Festival. I performed there. I taught a workshop there, and several of the makers of Ukraine were also there, delivering orders and meeting people and being there for the presence of this festival. The Overtone Music Festival is like a mouth harp festival, overtones singing, all of that together. He had, finally, the second one that he promised me for the World Harps collection ready. And in case you've noticed, it's still in my hand. I've got one, it's an F, and I've got another one, which is an E. So I started to play it. So that's the second one. And I never let it go. Both of these are mine in my personal collection. Just like many other mouth harps that come from makers, I get a stock or I get a few, whether it be 2 or 1 or 5 or 10 or 100 or more of one single maker. The perks of the work that I do is that my friends, get to choose the ones that I like the best, and I get to keep those for me. You can't blame me. I really enjoy it. I'm a mouth harp player. I want the best. Anecdote. Guess what? Those harps never leave my personal collection. Once they go into the personal collection, they never go out. But I've been looking at some of the mouth harps that I have set aside for myself. And I think that one day I'm going to have to go through my personal collection and look at some of the harps that I really, truly never play. And I'm going to have to put those aside. Once I get a website and get a section for these particular mouth harps that I've chosen for myself, maybe I'll put those a little bit at a premium. That's something if you want to share with me. But once again, totally different topic. I'm going into tangents one after the other here today. These are the two. First, Vargans, or mouth harps by Dernovoy. Not Drymbas. Vargan is the Russian Cyrillic name for a mouth harp, and these are not in any traditional style of making according to the Ukrainian culture of mouth harp making. Those are Drymbas. Drymbas. I should actually show you what a Drymba is, but you know what? That's a whole different story. I'm not going to show you the Carpathian Drymba right now. I'll save that for another moment, because otherwise we will get solidly distracted, and I'm here to open this today. So, I'm sure you want to compare these with one of the new Munneharpes that he makes. I'm going to go ahead and play mine before I open this box. Listen to the clarity of the sound. He no longer makes these anymore. He only makes these, and, where are they? I've got 2 more here somewhere. Right here. These are Drymbas. I played these yesterday in a little intro video for this live, so you can check those out. I'll play these as well. Drymbas, Munneharpes. Here we go. I get lost when I play online. Sometimes I forget that I'm live and I'm just playing. So, if you see me playing too long, shoot me a message, remind me, okay? This is the Munneharpe. I see that Diego just joined. Hello, Diego. Good to see you here. I have so many surprises. Okay, where do I begin? You know what? I played these yesterday. I was going to play these first, just to keep the suspense a little bit longer before I actually open the box. But because I've gone into so many other stories this morning, there is no need to be stalling for time anymore. I'm going to save these till the end. I will play them so that you can hear them as well. These are available in the World Harps collection. There's a G sharp and an A, both in the second octave. And we'll save these for later. Okay? That along with, I have one more of my own, what do they call them again? Munneharpes. This one, I believe, is an A sharp. I also have a G in my own collection. So, I'm down on the floor today because I wanted to make sure that you can really see me here because I got the whole setup. Let's go with the box. I've been talking too much and I need to drink of water. Diego's asking, is that on the table, my box? No, this is the box of new mouth harps by Dernovoy that I am about to open. Diego has one reserved since a very long time. One of these, I think it might be in the key of A or A sharp, I'm not sure. But I'm going to be sending that one to him soon. And let's just start. Are you ready? Unboxing. Munneharpes and Drymbas by Dernovoy from Ukraine. Let's go. I don't remember what keys are in here. I think Dernovoy messaged to me and mentioned. I don't have an available phone with a tuner to check the keys of these, so I'll see if perhaps I can see in my documentation what keys these are. We'll have to just figure it out. All right, so let's do this together. There we go. There's one, two, three, and let's see, all of these, yes, these three are Drymbas. Let me give you a good look here. Like that. Let's see what keys they are. The cases are slightly different from the previous batch. Let me give you a good look at the comparison between these cases here. So, you've got, see how it's carved in such a way? Similar style, similar design. These from a year and a half ago are a little bit longer. And there's the mouth harp. All right, so all handmade, of course, always a little bit different. In the continuation of my story from how I got these, that was 2013. In April or May 2022, I received another box. I received my first order since that time of these mouth harps by Dernovoy. I was super excited. I did a whole unboxing, but I didn't do it live because the internet bandwidth in Goa, India, where I'm based in the winters, was not nearly strong enough for me to do it live. So I recorded that, and then I found that I couldn't actually upload. It was just too big. It was some 6 or 10 gigabytes of storage space. Here I'm in the US and I've got the 3 phones going, so I'm trying to really get the whole, getting everything on live. Maybe I'll post that video someday because there's still 2 out of that video that are still here. All the other ones are sold. Yes, Ludi, Team Diego, what a wonderful design. It is. Somebody's asked me how to play like you. This is incredible. Ole. Well, thank you. I have been playing for 20 years. And that's a lot of time to figure out different techniques and styles of how to play better. That said, mouth harps are very easy to play. very, very easy to play and learn, and I teach workshops. I teach workshops specifically of how to play like me, or how to use the techniques that I use. I currently only teach workshops in person at events and festivals and such like. But I mean, it's been a few years I'm saying this, but I'm dreaming of starting online classes, Zoom classes, or recording a series of tutorials. I'm right now trying to deal with unboxing mouth harps and traveling the world. I'm always on the move, and that doesn't make it easy to be on time at a particular location to have a Zoom appointment with somebody and give a class. But if you are interested in classes, do reach out to me, and I need to get a kick in the butt and start. What do you say? So, let's go. We're down to these. I'm going to look here and see if I can find Dernovoy's information about which keys he sent me. Checking on my computer over here. He said, give me a moment here. Three Drymbas, 2 Munneharpes. Yes, got it. So we have here Munneharpes in G and G sharp. Oh, I haven't showed you the Munneharpes yet. Oh my God. My friends, I must remind you that I might get first dibs on one of these. Holy crap, I've never seen anything like this. Wow. Wow. Okay, I don't know if you can feel it, but I am genuinely excited right now. As I said in my video yesterday, many people ask me who's my favorite maker, and I do have several makers. Dernovoy is one of my favorite makers. The melodics of this, the melodic properties of his mouth harps are just unlike anything else, and wow. Okay, yes. So I have here's the Munneharpe from last time, and here's the Munneharpe, the new one. So I'm actually going to go ahead and play both of mine as well. I haven't played this G that I'm holding on to because I really love it very much, and I might let that one go in exchange for one of these. Who knows? Let's see. But okay, let's start. Okay, so I'm gonna keep these for last because I think these are incredibly impressive. But in the Drymbas, we have A sharp, and B. So that'll be easy to figure out which one's which based on the sound that it makes. I don't have an ear to figure out which pitch is what, and I usually use a tuner, but I know which one's higher than the other, so we can figure out that way. Okay, opening these up here, keeping the respective cases next to the respective Drymbas. And let me show you. Oh my God, it's so cute! It's so cute! You see that? Let's go. Let's see if I can tell before I play, so I can play them in order of note. That's lower. These sound similar. That's lower. Oh, I put them out in the perfect order. So, going from lowest to highest. Get the pillow under my legs here. Last drink of water. How you doing, everybody? This will be a Drimba in A. On fire. Thanks, Diego. Yeah. Wow. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself, and I am taking my sweet old time to do this today. So I hope you're enjoying this as well. Next, I'm gonna go for A sharp. But I need a little lip lube. There we go. Wow. A sharp, or B flat as it's known, is one of the best notes for melodic playing. Dernovoy himself told me this when I asked him he asked me what keys do I want, and I said, this was in the previous order in this batch that arrived. He asked me what key would I like, and I said, well, which do you recommend for melodic playing? And he told me several, two out of which I recall is A sharp and F sharp. Both of these have very, very nice harmonics and overtones. A sharp, I heard, I think in Sicily, Sicily or Sardinia, somebody was telling me that A sharp is it matches well to the human voice. So that is one reason why it's very easy to sing for many people in the key of A sharp, and therefore a mouth harp in A sharp goes super well with that principle, and possibly even to play along with a singer who's singing in A sharp or B flat. Here we go. Drimba by Dernovoy in A sharp. Wow. Notice that throat wobble, or warble rather, like a bird. You go, oi, 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 oi. And if you do that, oi, oi, it's like a curling the tongue back, not just oi, 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 oi with the tongue, but curl the tongue back and go like an R. It's hard to speak it and do it at the same time, but when your throat is silent and you wobble it like this, I don't know if you can see it here. Barely. Anyhow, that's the technique that I do when the technique that I use when I play. So, try it out. That's the A sharp. Next Drymba by Dernovoy is going to be a B. Even higher. This is the tongue on top of the mouth. Nan, 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 nan. Now that's fire. That one's fire. Wow. All right. Wow. I love it. There's really a small selection of mouth harps here today, so I can really dedicate time for you to hear each one of them. I think that's really cool. Normally when I open a massive shipment from Danmoys from Vietnam and all the different kinds, or Vargans from Glazerin in Russia, and all the different models that are there, or even the Parmupils where I have some 30 or something, or 28, I don't know how many, I forget, from G0 to D3 in the diatonic octave, diatonic scales. Hold on, I'm still high. So here I get to really actually focus on a few. I really enjoy it. If you're liking this video and you're enjoying yourself, please let me know and share this video along in your stories, and let people also tune in if you would, if you're online right now. I believe Instagram will let you do that. We'll share a video or share a live so that people can also join in. Those are the three new Drymbas right here with these sort of cream colored cases. I'm going to hold in the line of Drymbas right now, and I'm going to play the two that I have from my last order that I still have here in stock and available. One is a G sharp and one is an A. So we're going one lower than even the first one we tried today, which was, once again, an A. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the G sharp. Once again, I played both of these yesterday in the little announcement video. I even made separate videos of each so that I could post them as reels, but I didn't have time yesterday. I was running around town, running to the post office, running to get a new toolbox with drawers to be able to store all these mouth harps in. I'll post about that as well. Right now, G sharp Drymba by Dernovoy from Ukraine. So this one's a little sensitive. If I squeeze my teeth a little bit, it can touch slightly because it's so gentle. And if I keep my teeth well braced and make sure I don't squeeze it with my fingers, wow. Let me see if I can play this a little fast as well. Not good for double stroking, it's too soft. Although it can be. But let's go ahead with the inward. It's much better to play inward when you're playing a mouth harp. You really pull the tongue into the mouth. You have an automatic stop, a natural stop here. If you pull it out, you risk bending the tongue way too far, weakening the molecules as you continue to play, as it warms up inside, and eventually one day your mouth harp will snap in half. Since I reversed my playing style from outwards to inwards, I haven't broken a mouth harp since. Before that, I used to break them one after the other. So. I'll use a little bit of breath to play fast on this one. But lovely sound, nice and deep in comparison to all the others. I'm going to keep it right over here on this side because that's the lowest one of all. Not forgetting to wipe it from the humidity on my breath. And the next one is an A. Now we already played an A in this one here. I'm going to play it one more little time just to compare the two. But actually, I see there's a few comments here. Let me just jump into that real quick here. Ludi18 is asking, how do you do the triplets? And Ole responded, make trrr. So triplets, do you mean or do you mean respond to that question and then I'll get back to you on that, or tell me if it's something else. Okay, first or second technique, what I just did. So breath music India, Anal, so glad to be here today. Each session is like a masterclass to me. So good to see you online, and hope everything goes well on Sunday. By the way, if anyone is in Goa or in India and wants to get to Goa before Sunday, Anal and Amrita are organizing a local mouth harp gathering. It's not the World Mouth Harp Festival of India, but it is a gathering for Goa, for mouth harpists in Goa, or anybody who wants to join. It's an event where you can bring your mouth harps and play and jam and even record the jam sessions and the music that will be happening through sound equipment there. And if you're in Goa, I encourage you to go check it out. I've heard that there will be monthly mouth harp gatherings in Goa now at a space. I forget the name, but it's near Porvorim. Check out the World Mouth Harp Festival of India page, Mouth Harp Fest India, as well on Facebook. And I've posted a reel from there so you can find out the information and go check it out if you're there. Okay, so plug on that one. And as far as the World Mouth Harp Festival of India, let's see what happens once the energy starts picking up with the local gatherings. Maybe amongst people who start coming to these gatherings, we can gather together a new team and bring back the festival to happen in a full scale. And that let's see. Anyways, once again, completely different topic. Back to the Drymbas. Ludi says, Diego says the first one. So, yes, that's exactly as this other person just specified to you. It's a tongue roll. So it's a. Some people cannot pronounce a tongue roll. Some people can, and it just depends on whether you're capable of it. If you can do a tongue roll, el perro, for example, if you speak Spanish, then that's perfect to use in this. All right, so A. We're going to play here, I'm going to play the one that just arrived first and the one that I've had since last year, and you'll compare the two different sounds. And... That's really interesting. I love taking two different mouth harps by the same maker in the same key and finding out if they have different sounds, like different characters, or if the characters are almost purely identical. They will never be perfectly, truly identical because every single mouth harp is made by hand and is a unique instrument, independent from any other. But depending on the skill of the maker, it is possible to just consistently make the same quality, one after the other, after the other, after the other. Quality, not in quality of instrument. Yes, if it's a maker who's so skilled that they can make a quality of sound to match another mouth harp consistently, then naturally the quality of that instrument is superiorly high. Because superiorly high, that was a double same, but you get what I mean. So I'm going to do this one more time. This time I'm going to play the previous model first, and then go for the newer one. Okay, and in my detection, I feel that if you notice here, the lengths are different, right? So the previous one is longer, the newer one is shorter. However, they have the same tone. How is that, and why is that? Mouth harp's pitch it depends on several factors. One is the length, one is the thickness of the tongue, the length of the tongue, thickness of the tongue, hardness of the tongue, and weight out at the end of the tongue. Also, whether it's been thinned out in the base here. That's another way to tune. So I've learned how to tune mouth harps. So I've actually been systematically going through mouth harps in the World Harps collection and tuning them myself by hand, filing here, filing there, adding a little weight, so that I can then enhance or expand the options of tuned mouth harps in the World Harps collection. Because most mouth harp makers in the world do not tune their instruments. They basically make a mouth harp, make it sound great, and it's a completed product. So there has been a huge expansion of awareness in the last decade or so about mouth harps in the world, and mouth harp players are multiplying exponentially. And many of the people who play, many mouth harpists do want mouth harps that they can play with other instruments and have them standardized, so to speak, so that they can play with others. So I'm very grateful when makers themselves tune, because then it's exactly as they intended for them to be. But I'm also able to tune them if it's close enough. I've tried making one mouth harp in my life. I would love to make more, but for right now I'm tuning. Anyways, that's another tangent. Let's go back to this. Little comparison between the older one and the newer one. I feel that because it's longer, it has a little bit more sustains, a little bit warmer. This one a little bit quicker, a little bit not sharper, but a little bit more attack. Let me play that again and see if that's correct. Can you hear any difference? Right. And so the newer one has a little bit of a sharper bell note. It's a little bit cleaner ring. The older one has a little bit more sustain, a little bit warmer in sound because it's less sharp in the bell note. I think that's an adequate way to say it. Sounds to me like Dernovoy, as every maker, is always improving, and this has I don't know. That I can't compare in terms of which sounds better. They're the same pitch. They feel a little bit different. You let me know in the comments if you think that you can tell any difference or if they sound exactly the same to you. I'm just focusing on the tiniest of nuances that 20 years of playing has allowed me to detect. I often feel that if there's ever an international mouth harp competition, like in 2011 I went to Siberia, the 7th International Mouth Harp Congress was held in Yakutia. There was a competition of players. I don't talk about this very often, but I was awarded a medal for World Virtuoso of Mouth Harp, one of 9 medalists at that event. There had been one competition in the past. This was the second round. It happened 10 or 20 years apart. And then last year there was another competition. There have been 3 batches of 9 medalists so far of World Virtuosos. And I am one of them. I think that aside from joining in a competition of mouth harp players, I would love to be on a jury of mouth harp makers, because the experience that I have in testing and trying and experiencing the nuances of different mouth harps would be wonderful to explore in a jury and decide who makes the best mouth harp in the world. I think that would be fantastic. Anyway, once again, another tangent. I do love going into tangents. I'm going to make sure that these go back in their respective locations. Here we go. This was the A. I'm going to slide the G sharp over, put this one in front of it just so I don't mix anything up. And that concludes the Drymbas out of the package, including the ones that I've had here from the previous stock a year and a half ago. And because I never posted that video and never really announced that I had these Drymbas, I haven't been selling them. I've just been keeping them under wraps. So once again, I'm bringing them out. Here they are. G sharp, A, new A sharp, and B. Fantastic. So really, it's a chromatic set here in a little snapshot. So if you'd like to order any of these that I just played, shoot me a message, and you can order with me directly in message, and I will get back to you on the availability of each of those. But if you shoot your message, if you have a particular sound that you like and you would like that one, the first messages that come through are the ones that I'm going to honor first for having gotten dibs on these particular harps. So there you go. That is all for the Drymbas. Now, let's move into the Munneharpes. Munneharpes are traditionally made in Norway. Norwegian Munneharpes are notorious for melodic playing. Norwegian folk tunes are melodic, and there are few countries in the world that really traditionally have melodic mouth harp in their culture. Norway, Austria, Ukraine are three. There are more. These are the first three that I'm thinking of. So, Dernovoy, as other makers also in the world, have started making the Munneharpes because they're forged. Let me show you one of the ones from last year. Do you see this? Huh? It's got a big heavy block on the end. There's a wedge holding it into place, which means that if you should break a mouth harp, you can knock it right out of, knock that little wedge out, and then you can replace the tongue, which is fantastic. There we go. We've got Dernovoy's stamp here on the side, right under here. I don't know if you can see it on my finger. Let me show the YouTube camera as well. And got it. So these two are ones that I had set aside last year that I decided that I was not going to let go of. For everyone who missed the beginning of the video, these two are the first mouth harps by Dernovoy that I got in 2013. I watched him make the smaller one, an F, for me on the spot, hammering the brass into shape over his kitchen stove, holding it into the flames until it was hot enough, and then pounding it on a plaque of metal. And previously, I'm going to go ahead and play these one more time because a lot of people have just tuned in, and I want to make sure that you kind of get a little snippet of what this whole experience is all about. So, he doesn't make these in brass anymore. They're now, he exclusively works in steel, but if you'll notice, these are a little bit like Munneharpes in the sense that they are pierced, also like the Sicilian Maranzanos have a very similar block at the end, which allows a crimp to be made from the top and bottom, rather than like the Drymbas here and many other mouth harps in the world. You see how there's a little crimp. They file this part out of the frame, they insert the tongue in there, and then they crimp down the sides of the mouth harp, which holds the tongue into place. That is the most common way to hold a mouth harp tongue in the center of the mouth harp. So, Maranzanos in Sicily, Munneharpes in Norway are two types of mouth harps that use this particular technique. Now, I kept both of these aside, just like I did both of these. He made one for me, which I watched him produce it, and he made one more for the World Harps collection back in 2013 when I traveled to Ukraine. I fell in love with both. I said, there's no possible way that I can let go of either of these two. They've been with me all along. The F has been with me every single place that I ever leave the house. Except very recently, I thought, let me start playing these a little bit because it's a different experience altogether. So I really like to move up the, like in my little case here that I keep in my backpack at all times. Here's what I got today. For example, I've got a Komus by I'm blanking. I'll think of it. The Komus from Siberia. A Gambard by Bernard, who passed away in this year. A Morchunga by... Hold on, I'm blanking again. I'm still high from all that playing. Bhupendra. I just went to Nepal in May, and I collected hundreds of these. And Morchang by Mohanlal. And a Trumfa by Vacca from Sardinia. So this is the last time I stepped out of the house. These are the little assortment that I got together. Went down by the coast and made a little video with the Trumfa. Haven't played it yet. Haven't released it yet. But here we go. So all this to say that I have two of these that I have reserved. And like I say, mouth harps in the World Harps collection are available for purchase. Mouth harps that end up in my personal collection never leave the collection. But I will start considering to let go of some that I really don't play frequently in favor of others that I would like to play. And of course, if I'm letting go of one out of the collection, I would say this is one that I have reserved and who would like it, and I'll possibly see if I will let it go. But today, I am really excited, and the only reason why I'm talking about that is that I have two here, and I have two here. And this is a very different model that just arrived. Check it out. I get first dibs, and I'm going to choose one of these for myself. So I'm going to be choosing one, and likely letting one of these go. And like I say, I've had these. I don't play them often. They're simply because I really don't like parting with Dernovoy's mouth harps. I love this maker, and I want to have many of his harps around me, but I can't have so many. I mean, it's just too expensive. So let's go ahead and play the Munneharpes. Diego has asked me if I can play a Norwegian traditional tune. Unfortunately, I do not know any off the top of my head that I could actually play. I have no idea. The reason is that I have been traveling I've been collecting mouth harps and playing and selling all of the above for 20 years. I have been actively traveling to collect mouth harps from makers in countries around the world since 2010. All of these years, all the countries that I have been, every single year I'm traveling for 5 to 7 months in the year, actively meeting makers, collecting, teaching, performing, and selling. I've never given importance to meeting mouth harp players, unfortunately. When I was in Estonia, I was there to meet Master Moppel and collect some Estonian parmupils. I heard about Estonian mouth harp player who plays melodically. Her name is Caitlin Maggi. I was recommended to me that I go meet her. I contacted her. I didn't have very much time. I thought, I'll meet her another day. I didn't actually run into her until this last summer in Berlin at the 9th International Mouth Harp Festival, and she was teaching a workshop on melodic playing. I took the workshop. I thought, why did I never pay attention to meeting her before, and all of these other players, traditional players? So it's a very different focus, and it's something that I'm going to kick myself into gear as I travel now to also focus on melodic playing and also focus on traditional playing, and also try to learn these tunes for myself. Because what better to do than to play a traditional mouth harp in a traditional tune? Playing it with whatever comes out of me isn't essentially the essence of that mouth harp. So, moving on. Where was I? Yes, traditional tune, Norwegian. I would like to, but oh, by the way, Caitlin Maggi has written a book of mouth harp melodies, of traditional Estonian folk tunes for mouth harp, with annotations on where to open and close the glottis for punctuating the melody. It's fascinating. I can hardly read sheet music myself, but after that workshop where she got us to look in the book and she handed out the books to everybody and we all played, it was like, okay, this is a game changer. I myself am working on a separate method of annotation for mouth harp breathing and plucking, which I've been developing and slowly introducing in my workshops. I have not released it publicly yet. I'm still working on it, but I am thinking that it would be ideal to combine both my technique of annotation and also sheet music like Caitlin Maggi does. If we could have a language for mouth harp annotation, mouth harp notation, so that I can compose, so that we all can compose on mouth harp and write it down and let somebody else not only be able to play the overtone melodies, but also know when to pluck, when to open and close the throat, and when to breathe in and out, and what intensity to breathe. These are all the things that I'm working on, and I think that would be incredible. You know me, I go off into tangents. I'm talking about writing down mouth harp sheet music. Diego, yes. You can contact Caitlin Maggie on Facebook. Look for her, or message me and I'll message you directly. Their Facebook contact to be able to reach out. I'm sure she'd be very pleased to send you a book, and it's a wonderful book. So, heavy promotion for Caitlin Maggie's book on Estonian traditional folk tunes, annotated for mouth harps. I've been talking again. It's time for some water. I don't know how long I've been online here. I think I've been online an hour already, and I haven't even gotten to the last 2 mouth harps out of the box. So, I don't know about you, but I'm having a lot of fun. And I think it's one reason why I don't do lives very often, is because I get so into it that I spend an hour and a half or sometimes 2.5 hours on one live video. And I keep telling myself that I should cut down to just doing like little half-an-hour sessions so that people can like tune in, watch, tune out, go back, watch it again if necessary, because it's hard to scroll through it, an hour and a half video, and look back for reference. But it's fun, and thank you for being here with me. At the very end, I'm going to do like I always do. I'm going to play every single one after the other, back to back, with minimal talking, so that you can always scroll to the end of the video if you want to go back and reference each of the different sounds of each mouth harp here, so that you can choose which one you may like to purchase, if you'd like to purchase one. Okay, so remember that. If in case you got to drop out for any reason, I'm going to be posting this live, and you can go ahead and check back and reference this video later on if you don't have enough time today to stick with me till the end. But I hope you stick with me till the end, because I'm about to play these brand new Munneharpes by Dernovoy that just arrived in the package here. Meanwhile, I've mixed up the cases. Oops. I'm going to start with playing the 2 that I got last year, followed by the 2 that I got just now, and let you listen to all of them. I have still the cases just like these for the Munneharpes that I got last year, packed away very clean. If in case I should decide to let one go, they're waiting and ready. So, once again, if you like any of these, please shoot me a message. The first person who messages a particular one of a particular key and says, how much is that? I want to buy it. You'll get first priority to anybody else who contacts me for the same mouth harp. Except I get to choose first. Okay, so enough gloating. I love you all. Thank you for being here with me today. Let's see. I'm going to start with the A sharp. Okay, and I have G and G sharp in the new ones. What's happened here? Looks like I got a little bit of dirt or something here on the edge. That's better. Yeah. Okay, just prepping this so that I can play it in a moment. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there was a little bit of crud on the side. So, which one was which again? And, okay, so this is G sharp, G, G. I'm going to start from the highest and go down to G, and then jump over to the next G, and then go to G sharp. So it'll go like that, but essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep the 2 G's side by side. Okay? Ole, thanks. I also have many pleasure. Thank you. All right. Now, my legs are falling asleep because I'm sitting on my haunches. I'm going to go ahead and just rearrange my bum here so that I can sit a little bit cross-legged. Maybe that'll be better. All right. And get rid of this. Put it down here. Munneharpe by Dernovoy in the key of G. Never mind. Munneharpe in the key of A sharp. This is from the package that arrived last year. That was the A sharp, and I'm just saying right now, that is mine. Next is the G, also from last year's stock that arrived. Yeah. Next, also in G, Munneharpe, fresh stock, just got made, new design, except for a little boing just to hear what pitch it was in. I haven't tried it yet. I've been saving these for the end. If you've been here all the way through with me, this is what I'm ready to play. Ole, this blows my mind, your technique. Well, thank you. Any questions about specific techniques that I do? Once this video is posted, you may at the very bottom scroll down the little white line, the little dot. You may scroll your finger along it and look for a particular place. If you can tell, if you can communicate to me exactly what technique that I'm doing, and send me a message or a comment about that particular time, I'm totally happy to look into that and make a little video how I do that technique, for example. So don't hesitate, okay? Next, G. Oh, this feels so nice. Sorry, I'm just taking a moment here. All right, I'm going to give you a moment too. Let's do this. Can you see this? Maybe a little closer, if it's still in focus. See how smooth it is back here? It's like super rough, but it's super smooth. It's like, I don't understand. It's forged, it's hammered, it's twisted, and yet it feels like leather to the touch almost. It's really curious. Here, a little bit on the YouTube camera as well, just so you can see that. Okay. So, new Munneharpes by Dernovoy. This one's in G, and notice the difference between the two here. The previous version has a flat bottom and a raised top, whereas the new one is more equal in its balance between top and bottom. So that's directly in the center, like that. Okay, without further ado. Hi again. I'm gonna give that one a wipe. I drooled all over it. So, wow. All right. Quick comparison between the two. And the new one. And the older one. The previous one is a little bit lighter in flexibility. It's more gentle. It really goes. It's a soft, light spring here. And the new one has a lot more. It's a stiffer tongue. I feel somehow. It has more tension in it. It shakes the head a little bit more. It's more weighty, more powerful. It's like cool. All right. I will, again, if you tell me in the comments if you can hear any difference at all in between these two that I just played of the same key, just like I did previously with the two A's in the Drymbas. I'm going to check out comments. Awesome. Wow. Yes, thank you. I had a lot of fun. I'm really taking this opportunity to just play. Maybe I can cut these up and post them independently to YouTube as reels or whatever. That would be cool. Dorambotherium, I saw that you joined and saying sorry for being late. Hey, there's no being late on a live stream. That's why I'm here for like an hour or two, because I know that people have their own schedules and they gotta tune in. I myself was late by 15 minutes. I told in the beginning, just dealing with the situation where I have 3 phones today, 1 tripod, 1 clip, a whole bunch of bungees, and a tape dispenser. Go figure. 2 phones bungeed together on 1 tripod, everything. I've got Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and a YouTube horizontal on the side, which is currently standing on top of a mechanic's shop stool, on top of a suitcase full of art supplies, on top of a Shruti box from India, and on top of that there's a tape dispenser with a iPhone bungeed to it. Underneath the iPhone, there is underneath the tape dispenser, there's a pen to make it level, and underneath the phone, there's a nail clippers to make that level. So, I don't have another phone to take a picture, but I gotta figure out how to do it before I quit all this. So, next one. And the last one that I have not yet played today. That is a G sharp in this new stock of Drymbas and Munneharpes that just arrived. I've been waiting for a while. Last one arrived in May 2022. This one arrived at least a month ago. I was at summer camp working, teaching children how to play mouth harps. I taught 150, 160 kids or something how to play a mouth harp in a month. And now I've got a little time. I've extended my stay in California, by the way. I was supposed to be gone at the beginning of this month. I am now here for another about 2 weeks, about 10 more days that I can actually fulfill all the orders that have been pending, waiting. I know everybody's been waiting for me to respond and finalize mouth harps with you. I have so many mouth harps and so many things to focus on in terms of World Harps and the back end of the business that I'm trying to get to each and every one of you before I leave. All right. And I'm also working on a setup to be able to leave some mouth harps behind, accessible for someone here at my family's house to be able to help me with some fulfillment out of the US once I'm back in India. So that's, again, I'll tell more about that. But that's what's going on in life these days. Final 10 days or so where I can ship out some of these mouth harps to you. If you're in India and you'd like one of these mouth harps, just let me know. I can bring back. I will be returning to India in October, and anywhere else in the world as well. I can ship from here or from India. Okay, enough of the talk. Let this helicopter go past. I don't know if you can hear it, but Munneharpe by Dernovoy in G sharp. All this in the 2nd octave. There you go. Munneharpes by Dernovoy, new design in G sharp. There we go. All right. So they come in these wonderful cases, hand carved by Dernovoy with a leather strap. Look at that groove right here, just to hold it all in, and it fits like this. Up right on the surface there, locks in, and this gets wrapped around it. Like that. All right, so I think that I have gone through a lot of discussion and a lot of playing, and now I come to the final part of a live stream where I go through and play every single one after the other, so that you can come back to this video for reference. Scroll right down to the end with a little bar at the bottom. Yes, it's there on Instagram. I just discovered it. Maybe it's an update. And then you can go back and you can play, listen to each one after the other without scrolling through an hour and 25 minutes of my storytelling and getting lost in playing. So, let's do this. I'm going to... Should I play the previous ones, like the first ones again, or maybe not necessary? I think I'm not going to play these again. I'll play them right now, just to... And then... And then this is the Munneharpes in A sharp. Okay, those are not for sale. I have here one Munneharpes in G, a previous model, and one Munneharpes in G, new model. I'll be keeping one of these for myself. I'm not sure which one yet, but I'm going to go ahead and play all of them. So, finishing up with the Munneharpes. We're going to go like this, from left to right. Drymbas first, Munneharpes next, a little drink of water, and then I am going to start this video again on the same video, but I intend to cut this separately, actually, and post it as a separate video. So if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and pretend like none of this ever happened. I'm going to start right here, introduce myself, and play one of these for you all at a time. No, not all at a time. All of them one at a time. All right. Welcome to World Harps. My name's Neptune. I'm going to play each of these Drymbas and Munneharpes by Dernovoy. All of these except for one here have all but three. The first two and the first Munneharpes have all, those were previously here in stock in the World Harps collection, and I have 3 new Drymbas and 2 new Munneharpes that just arrived in this package that I've opened up today, and I'm going to demo each of these for you one after the other. Going from G sharp, A sharp, B, G, G, G sharp. Ready? Minimal talking, just going to announce each of the notes before I start and go ahead and give you a little sound bite. Ready? This is G sharp. Drymbas in G sharp. Next, Drymbas in A. These two previous ones come in these dark hand-carved cases made by Dernovoy, and it stacks on like that and wraps around. There's a nice cotton strap here. And those are from the previous package that arrived about 1.5 years ago, left over. Now I'm going to play the new ones that just arrived. These cases are a little bit different, a little bit lighter. If you see here with the leather strap, and here's the drimba that goes on it. So this is in the same key as the previous one. This is also A. Next up, A sharp. B. That's all for the Drymbas. 5 Drymbas by Dernovoy, 2 older ones, 3 newer ones. Next up, Munneharpes, similar to those made in Norway, also made by Dernovoy. I have one of the older batch right here in a G. Also comes in the same type of dark wooden case. I don't have the case on the table with me right now, but it comes with a black leather strap. And here's the sound. Brand new Munneharpes just arrived. Wonderful detailing. Also in G. And the final one, same new one, comes in these wonderful cases, carved. I'm not sure what wood this is, I'll have to ask Dernovoy, but this is G sharp. All of these in the second octave. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mouth harps on the table. 7 available. If you would like to purchase one from the World Harps collection, just shoot me a message. I think I'm going to be holding on to the new G for myself. I really do love it. And that means we have 5 Drymbas, like this hand, older model, slightly newer model, and 2 Munneharpes, older model, newer model. You let me know which one you would like. I'm here in California for about 10 more days that I can ship out some packages. Just shoot a message to World Harps and I'll be glad to help you find the mouth harp that you would like. So, I'll be doing a few more lives while I'm here in California because I think this is a great way to share stories about my travels around the world looking for mouth harp makers. And comment on, not right now because all the comments will disappear, but once it's posted, comment or send me a message telling me which kind of mouth harp, which country would you like to hear? And I can set up a live to play several of that particular maker or of that particular country. I got to get more into lives and I got to keep them shorter. I'm running at what is this? I started at 10:15, so it's an hour and 35 minutes online here. You can scroll through it after I post it and check out everything that you missed today if you just tuned in. I've told lots of stories all about my trip to visit Dernovoy and how he made the mouth harps, including these two very first ones that I got from him. You'll see that. You can hear them in the video. So, let me check some messages here. Quentin, hey, coucou, yes, ça va? I would love to play some handpan and mouth harp together someday. If you're back in Goa this winter, I'll be back there, I think from October onwards. Would love to reconnect. Anybody who's around, let me know. So thank you for joining me. This is World Harps, mouth harps from around the world. My name is Neptune. And as I finish here, I'm going to go ahead and do a little experiment. I'm going to not stop the live right away, but I'm going to unhook all the bungee cords that I've strapped all my phones together to try to have everything filming at the same time. I'm going to get behind the Instagram phone. I'm going to stop the Facebook live feed. And then I'm going to try to add NeptuneShapaton.music as a collaborator in this live video before I end the video to see if by chance that'll make it appear on my music page as well. Because right now I'm broadcasting off of World Harps and I'd love to be able to have this appear on my music page. I have been playing too much music today to not have it on my music page. So let me see what I can do. So once again, thank you very much. I'm super glad that you were with me here today. It's been really fun to see all the different people who have been popping in and tuning in. And have a great one.